tell the Jets what time the game is.
Oh!
Geno Smith.
Burn.
Was it? I don't know. Jets fans are feeling a lot worse than that joke. Here it is, Darnold. That's one of the worst passes.
What are you doing?
I mean, if it's true, Schrager.
I will not do that, Sam. I am.
He's got 8 giveaways in the last 2 weeks. That's 4 more than any other starting quarterback in that span. Second quarter, Jets down 14 points, and then we get just another mistake here. Darnold, that's that. It was awful for Jets fans. Dolphins, though, first win, and Brian Flores gets the Gatorade bath. I love it. Good win for the Dolphins.
All right, how about another AFC East team here, the Buffalo Bills, but it was Dwayne Haskins from the Ohio State University making his first start, trying to hang on Snoopy. He lobs this ball up for the Colorado Buffalo. Yeah, there's a college football theme here. Overthrows Paul Richardson right there. A little bit of a misfire. How about in the fourth quarter, the Buffalo Bills? How about the Florida Atlantic Owl, Devin Singletary, taking it in for the 2-yard touchdown. The Bills go on to win 24-9 and hand that man his first L.
This is the playoff team you're looking at, the Buffalo Bills. Let's go to Will Sullivan. Now we've got more highlights on the way, but he has an update on everything shaking across the league. One more game to go. It's Giants and Cowboys tonight.
Absolutely. What's going on there, Kay and guys? Good to have you there after the long weekend. Minshew mania, as we know, gripped this city of Jacksonville for several weeks. We were all beneficiaries of the stash, the headband, the jorts. He came on this here program wearing a Smokey and the Bandit shirt. He brought the style and, yes, the swagger. We all ate it up. And then Sunday in London came, and this happened. He became the first player with 4+ giveaways in the fourth quarter of a game since Phillip Rivers in Week 10, 2016 against the Dolphins. Rivers, as we know, is an established veteran, just like Nick Foles, who's eligible to return in Week 11 after their bye week. Head coach Doug Marrone is now facing a decision.
I haven't spoken to either quarterback yet, and I hate talking to the media with my plans, but, my plans were, again, the disappointment of the team, not performing well will be on my mind now for the next 48 hours. I think after those 48 hours are over, I'm going to step away a little bit and take a break because I don't have to make a decision or have time. That's what I'm going to talk to the quarterbacks about, and then I'll tell them probably right before we come back on Sunday, we'll be able to discuss where we're going to go.
Stay tuned, as we like to say in the biz. Meanwhile, Tyreek Hill had 6 catches for $140 in the Chiefs' win over the Vikings, 40 of them coming on this touchdown grab from Matt Moore. Hill showing his speed to make the grab. He spoke about his 4th touchdown catch of the year, where he truly earned the nickname Cheetah.
It was just a sell route, you know what I'm saying? I did a good job selling it. We practiced that the whole week, and Coach Reed, Coach Reed and my receiver coach, he was even telling me to sell it because they were like a lot of cover 2. And that particular play, I believe, was cover 1, I believe, but I sold it, and then Matt threw a perfect dime. Offensive line protected, did their thing, and I was able to catch it.
From upstairs, it looked like that ball was going to be overthrown. Did you ever think?
Can nobody overthrow me? Don't do that. Don't do that. All right?
No, don't do that. Don't do that at all. So Tyreek Hill there, obviously known as the Cheetah. That's his Twitter handle. I still liked his old one where he said, "I'm faster than you," because he certainly proved that on Sunday.
That's right, man. Don't do that. Don't disrespect me. I'm too fast.
Underthrow?
Let's get some highlights, baby. Good job, Will. We'll talk to you a little bit later, man. Here we go. Green Bay Packers in the Chargers. There was a lot of cheeseheads in the crowd. Aaron Rodgers, 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions the last 2 games.
Anyone? That's a really good question. Do they bring those on the plane? Do they pack them in their suitcases? How do they get those?
I was
there?
in LAX airport on Friday. The entire thing was Packers fans.
How do you get through TSA?
A lot of cheeseheads, a lot of Rodgers jerseys.
All right, well, Rodgers is on the ground right there. Melvin Ingram, he sacked him for a loss of 7. They're going over the plays right there. Third quarter, Chargers ball. And they're going to just keep piling on. Melvin Gordon, he had 2 touchdowns on the day. Phillip Rivers loving it. And there's Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur not feeling it at all. The Chargers, they upset the Packers. 26-11. And let's hear from a guy whose talent always makes you say, whoa, Joey.
Just the energy. I don't know. We just came out ready to play, and we know what we can do. It may be a shock to some people, but we knew we had this in us.
And then you and Melvin, you really dominated the line of scrimmage, everybody there. What about keeping Aaron Rodgers off the spot?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be a big challenge with their tackles, their O-line, and obviously Aaron, the way he can move around. And he definitely hurt us a few times. Man, he knows how to keep the ball alive. It's unbelievable, but didn't do today. Excuse me.
That's okay, Bosa. You had yourself a day.
Whoa.
Strong words, strong performance from Bosa, from Melvin Ingram, of course, but the Chargers continue to be up and down, or are they just coming together? Sometimes teams need to have their backs against the wall. We've seen this with the Chargers, and now they might come and muck it up for everybody else. Can they do this? I know their defense looked awesome. Their offense, by the way, nothing to sneeze at. 442 yards, of course. They had Melvin Gordon with a 100-yard game. Is this team good enough to keep them in the playoff hunt?
Put together a few weeks of good football. I'm not going to stand on the table and say the Chargers are playing unbelievable right now. Great win up against an opponent that everybody thought would win. But it was that defense, man. They got after Aaron Rodgers. You can't rattle Aaron Rodgers, but you can make him uncomfortable. It was 3 sacks and 7 QB hits. They smothered him. I mean, they really just made him feel like he was in a box. And that's because of a guy we heard from in Joey Bosa, who I'm going to call the Bosa restrictor.
Yeah. I was working the phones last Tuesday for the trade deadline, and so what are the Chargers doing? I mean, Keenan Allen's got a year left on his contract. Melvin Gordon's got a few weeks left on his contract.
Yeah.
Like, what are the Chargers? And everyone's saying, Telesco's not trading anybody. Like, they're not looking to trade these guys. They are all in on Melvin Ingram. They're all in on Melvin Gordon. Keenan Allen's untouchable. And people were almost laughing. Like, the Chargers still think that they've got a shot here. Meanwhile, they fire their offensive coordinator, Ken Wisenhunt. And in his first game, Shane Steichen calls a beautiful game. In that building, the Chargers still believe they are still the team that they thought they were before the season started. They haven't lost faith. And after that horrible loss to Tennessee where they fumbled on the goal, everyone else said, okay, well, that's it. They chargered it up. They still believe, and in classic Phil Rivers fashion, here we go. Here come the Chargers. They're going to have this late season push, and we're going to be worried about them come January because they might be the team no one wants to play. Awesome win. Awesome win in a stadium full of Packers fans yesterday. Really excited for the Chargers. Awesome win yesterday.
They are John Cusack at my bedroom window with a boombox begging me to love them. Should I?
That's who Baker Mayfield looked like, too, in his post. Nobody wants to play the Chargers, and here's why. Because you've got Melvin Ingram and you've got Joey Bosa, and not only did they sack Aaron Rodgers 3 times, I mean, they hit him 7 other times. Bosa was all up in his business.
I thought they had a good offensive line.
Well, Bakhtiari, he struggled a little bit. But I think to your point, you talked about Anthony Lynn a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the Chargers, how he rallied this team. I mean, look, 2 weeks ago, they couldn't get that 1 yard. Yeah. He took the heat. He said, we got to find a way to get in. They win in Chicago on the missed field goal. But this team, to rally and play so well for Anthony Lynn, I think speaks volumes about his leadership, as well as Philip Rivers, how they were able to rally this team because they really, I mean, they had no business beating the Packers like that.
Right.
Like to shut down that offense the way they did, I don't think anybody saw it coming. I mean, they've lost so many players to injury as well. But yet Anthony Lynn still finds a way to circle that team around and to rally them together. They're a dangerous team, and they're physical.
And I know he missed one at the end, so I was still a little scared of Aaron Rodgers. But how huge is Michael Badgley showing up, looking great? He was nailing them all day long. For this team specifically, having a kicker they can trust, even though I know he missed that last one, is huge.
They call him the Money Badger.
Money Badger.
That's it.
We love you. We see you. Congrats on the win, Chargers fans. What does this mean for the Packers? Just a bad game, or
the NFC is really good.
They're allowing.
It was a clunker.
It was bad.
Plays.
They still have a really good record. They'll be okay.
Defense. Okay. Well,
and they got Aaron Rodgers.
We're going to get into that in a
Everybody
little bit.
else
Up
lost.
next, more highlights. Of course, Odell Beckham Jr. had a few comments after the Browns lost. Okay, he hit the oxygen tank. I saw that.
What's up with the cleats? Why are they beefing with my guys for their cleats, man?
Again, poor Odell, Nate. Poor Odell. Let's talk about the cleats.
Bro, somebody had Popeye's chicken cleats, and they're making Odell take his cleats off?
Deshaun Watson with a huge Popeye spicy chicken sandwich shout out after pregame with Melissa Stark. And we've got an update on Jacoby Brissett's injury. It could shape the balance of the AC.